Hello and welcome to another episode of Zero to Hero. In this episode we'll be taking a look at everything golden and seeing what methods of obtaining gold are better than others. Money makes the world go round, and likewise in Age of Empires 2, gold is a crucial part of every single game. So there are three primary sources of gold income in Age of Empires 2. You can mine it with your villagers, you can collect relics, and you can trade for it between your allies using trade carts and trade cogs. In the early game, you'll only be mining gold with your villagers, but it's important to know how efficient they are and what techs to research to improve their efficiency. Once you start creating gold intensive units, you'll need a large gold income to sustain military production. Initially, it takes 28 seconds for a villager with no upgrades to gather just 10 gold. That is quite a substantial amount of time when you consider that an archer will be created in 35 seconds and will cost you 45 gold. This means you would need 4 villagers gathering gold to continually keep making archers from one range, and exactly 7 villagers on gold to sustain archer production from 2 ranges. That's a lot of villagers, especially in the early feudal age. Researching the mining camp upgrades are extremely important, but it's best to do them at the right time. Typically, the first upgrade for gold mining should come once you have 10 villagers taking gold. This will increase the efficiency of the 10 villagers to the efficiency of 11. The second mining camp upgrade will become available in the Castle Age. The gold shaft mining upgrade will yet again increase villager gold gathering rates by 15%. This upgrade is twice as expensive as the first gold mining upgrade, and hence should be researched when you have approximately 20 villagers mining gold. This is all well and good, but there is only a finite amount of gold, and it's only a matter of time before relics and trade will begin to play an important role. Next, we'll take a look at relics. It's pretty straightforward, but it's worth knowing just how valuable they are, and if it's worth collecting them in any given situation. A single relic will generate 1 gold every 2 seconds. This makes relics a faster source of gold income than a fully upgraded villager mining gold. Pretty sweet. In fact, if you collect all 5 relics, it's the equivalent of 5.5 villagers gathering gold full time. It might not sound like a lot, but in 60 minutes of game time, that would equal 9,000 extra gold, the same as over 10 entire patches of gold on the map. So, are relics worth it? Well, hell yeah they are. Let's not forget the Aztecs team bonus of 33% faster gathering gold as well, making them even more worthwhile if there's an Aztec on your team. In team games, trading is an extremely important source of gold income in the later stages of the game. The reason that trading is not seen earlier than in the Imperial Age is simply because trading carts are less efficient than villagers gathering gold, and they are much harder to protect in the earlier stages of the game before a team wall can be prepared to protect the carts. Market placement is extremely important as well, and we will cover that a little bit more later, but the general rule is that the further apart the markets are that you place, then the more gold that you will earn. Compare the market here with the market on the other side of the map, and the gold earned from travelling the extra distance is over double. It's also extremely important to research caravans when you start to make your first carts. The doubled speed will greatly increase the amount of gold you will earn. It's also worth mentioning that the Spanish have a team bonus that gives their teammates an extra 33% trade gold, making them a third more productive if you have a Spanish player on your team. When setting up a trade route, it's extremely important to ensure that the route is as clear as possible. In this demonstration, we have 2 trade routes. One is completely clear, and the other has a few houses and even lumber camps that intersect the trade line, much like how it could be in a big team game. The first thing, rather obviously, that you'll notice is that the trade cart going around all of the obstacles is slowing it down. It's not a huge amount, but it's a little bit of difference, and over the course of the game, it could add up to a very large amount of gold. But the slight time delay is not really the main issue. We need to observe what happens as we add more and more carts. You'll see that as the carts keep getting added, they start to bump each other, causing them to stop for a second before continuing. This bumping happens in both trade lines, but it does happen much more often in the cluttered trade line. The bumping can be a big problem, and not because it will slow the carts down a tiny bit, but because it will eventually grind the trade line to a halt. Whenever you set up a trade line in a team game, it's likely that there will be some obstacles in the way, houses and lumber camps mostly. The first thing you should try to do is put your trade line on the clearest route possible. The straighter it is, the more effective it will be. And second, try and remove and replace houses that block the line, and make sure to delete any old lumber camps that could be blocking it as well. The amount of gold you could lose by having an inefficient trade line could cost you the entire game, as we've already seen. Well, that's about it on the topic of gold. I hope you found this video useful and informative. As usual, I've been Zach, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.